Welcome back to the Etown Everywhere podcast. This is episode 31. I'm your host Luke, and this week I would like to talk about Uganda, Ghana, and the United States and some news articles. So, I previously ended this podcast because I thought I wouldn't have the opportunity to do it again, but now I'm bringing it back and doing it a little bit different than I was before, so hopefully it's good and you like it. So here we go. Alright, so the first news article I'd like to talk about is one from CNN, and it says about Uganda's president says he loves Donald Trump because he's frank about Africa. And I was like, what? And so the president here in the United States, President Trump, said he called some nations, some African nations and Haiti, some not so nice names this past week. And the president of Uganda said, oh, well, that's great. Let me get the exact quote here. He said, America has got the best presidents ever. Mr. Trump, I love Trump. And that's not my words. That's the president of Uganda. And he said, I love Trump because he talks to Africans frankly. I don't know if he's misquoted or whatever, but he speaks. I like him because he speaks frankly. So that was from Uganda, but then Ghana, the president of Ghana, said that they are not a beeple country, and we will not accept such insults, even from a leader of a friendly country, no matter how powerful. And I was relieved to hear that. I think any country should not be called a bad word because they've worked hard for what they have established, and I don't think the United States president, the current president, has any right to call other countries what he did whenever they had to shut down the United States the other week. So, obviously he can't run the country either. So there's that. And then this other article on a lighter note from CNN I found was a Ghanaian broadcaster, Peace Hyde, reveals journey from teacher to TV star. So Peace Hyde is a prominent journalist for Ghana, and she is originally, I think, from the UK, from London, and she worked as a science teacher in London, and she went back to Ghana, and her ancestry and her African roots, and went back to Ghana to live because she felt that her African descendant students weren't engaged with their history, and she wanted to sort of revive that and learn about her roots, where she came from, and her family. So she founded a nonprofit youth empowerment organization called Aim Higher Africa, which I think is great, and she's doing a lot of fun things with that. So I thought that was nice to see, the clash of sort of president of the United States telling people they're terrible, and then here's someone who has lived in the UK and goes back to Ghana and says, I want to learn about my roots and where I come from. So I thought that was a nice way to sort of segue into this. Alright, so being on a lighter note, let's have our joke of the week. So, what did the duck say when he bought lipstick? Put it on my bill. That was hilarious. I can't wait until next week to get another laugh in. Thank you for listening to Etown Everywhere, a podcast featuring fun facts and friends from around the world. The show is brought to you by Elizabethtown College's Office of International Student Services. If you would like additional information about this week's podcast, please contact the Office of International Student Services at oiss@etown.edu or 717-361-1594. I'm your host, Luke, and remember, never stop exploring the world around you. See you next time.